It's my privilege to introduce and invite Dr. Rekha Singhal. She is an esteemed academic and leader in the field of psychology, currently serving as a professor and dean of the Faculty of Contemplative and Behavioral Sciences at Shri Shri University, Cuttack, Odisha. With a distinguished career spanning over 3 decades, Dr. Singhal's expertise is rooted in her doctor's in philosophy in psychology from Allahabad University and her extensive postdoctoral research, including fellowships at Wageningen University, the Netherlands, and Rhodes University, South Africa. Dr. Singhal's illustrious career began at Lady Shri Ram College for Women, New Delhi, before she spent 33 years at the Indian Institute of Forest Management, Bhopal, in various leadership roles. Her tenure also includes significant contributions as professor and Board of Governors member at IIM Ranchi. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Dr. Rekha Singhal.
Thank you.
Most welcome, Dr. Rekha Singhal, madam, and it is a pleasure. I join you with Yoga Australia to welcome, and we welcome you on behalf of Mr. Josh Pear, who is CEO of Yoga Australia, and Celia ji, whom you just met. Your topic, and we are honored to have you as a chief guest to speak on the topic Youth Empowerment Through Spiritual Growth, Nurturing Inner Strength and Resilience. All stage is yours.
Thank you so much giving me opportunity to speak on this forum. It's not only 1 week event, it's rather movement, and movement has to continue. And I'm grateful to Dr. Tomarji and other partners for giving me this opportunity. I think there are 2-3 things I want to talk about my institution and then come to the topic, because otherwise towards the end, when I'll share my study, I will be required to give some introduction about my organization, my present organization. So it's better I give some background of my present organization and come to the topic. And I'll try my best to speak on the issue. So you might have noticed that when you presented Shri Shri University, our logo says best of East and West. So we integrate both instead of comparing or competing. The another thing is, many of you might be knowing that Shri Shri University, the founder is Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, who is a global humanitarian and a spiritual leader, founder of Art of Living, which has now its centers in 158 countries, and also founder of Sudarshan Kriya. But more than that, I want to emphasize that this is the only university established by him. Like all other universities, we have regular faculty areas like agriculture, MBA, BTech, dance. But the department which I belong is called Faculty of Contemplative and Behavioral Sciences. And we provide degree in psychology and contemplative studies. And that is how my interest of learning from this event lies, and to share certain things what we are doing at this center. But one thing is very interesting. Within the university campus, it's a huge campus. We have 3 institutions. One, certainly university. Another is Shri Shri Academy, which is kindergarten for the children. So value-based education and more in the traditional system of Indian education is there. But we also have a traditional Gurukul. And Gurukul is a residential program, and education of Vedas goes there. And towards the end, I'll be sharing that the study which we are doing relating to the topic which has been given to me, youth empowerment through spiritual growth, nurturing inner strength and resilience. Let me accept I'm very new to this arena. I'm a learner. And therefore, in the learning process, you will find that I'm using a lot of concepts of psychology and will try to integrate with philosophy. And I'll try to share the study which we are doing, which will highlight the theme of this study. Presentation, I can do it. How can share a screen? Does it come? No. Somebody will help me to how to share the screen. I'd
There is an
share.
option in the bottom tab called Present.
Yes.
Yes, you click on it. First, you open the window, then click on it, and then you can share.
No, there's slide and share screen option. I should go on slide.
Slide, yep. You can share the screen also if you want. You can open it, and then you can share it.
Okay,
First,
let
you
me.
open the screen that you want to share, and then say share screen.
Okay, so I have done open and share screen. Share screen. Select the tab. Oh my God. Some technical. Okay, let me say window, no entire screen. It's not coming somewhere. Somebody can help me further. I've opened. My PPT is visible or not yet?
Oh, it's not visible.
It's not visible.
You
Is
can.
it? Okay. I think now I'll have to probably. No, it's got not the
Uh,
entire.
if you need
Some.
technical support, then can we take your speech after the next speaker, or what should we do? Because
Yeah, I
even
can understand the time is
yes.
important. How should, yeah, that's the mistake. We didn't try the share screen option. Uh, what do you suggest? I'll do. I'm comfortable in both. No, it's
Yes,
not.
if you can speak without PowerPoint, is it possible for you?
I can speak, but it will not be the points which I'm trying to make. It's
Okay,
saying stop
okay,
sharing.
okay.
Present. Let me share one. Let me make last attempt. Otherwise, please reschedule it. Your computer. I've uploaded the file. Is it no? No, it's
It's not.
everyone can. I think it's coming. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it has come. Is it?
Yes, it is here. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for bearing me. Okay, so the topic is already known. So I'll try to make up the lost time, and I'll not speak much on the topic, on the title. Slide 2, yes. So let me how I have organized my presentation. I'll be taking both psychological as well as Indian philosophical perspective on the topic. I'll begin with the psychological perspective very quickly. I'll come to the Indian philosophical perspective, maybe a little bit on these concepts. And I want to put Patanjali Yoga Sutra, which integrates psychology and philosophy. And this is the thing I want to share ongoing longitudinal study on the topic we are already doing. And since it is a longitudinal study, it is midway. So that is how I have organized my presentation. Uh, to be very brief, the psychology comes from the Greek word psyche plus logos, study of soul and mind. And that is how we are very close to philosophy. In fact, psychology originated with philosophy for a very long time. All over the globe, it was with the philosophy department. And it was in 1879 modern psychology started. But before that, psychology was not a separate discipline. And see, study of soul and mind. And that is how it goes, empowering youth, resilience, and all that. And we talk about three elements of behavior as a psychologist: cognitive, effective, and conative. And whenever we say cognitive, we are talking about the mental processes, reasoning, thinking, right? Memory, and emotional intelligence, liking, disliking, happiness, pleasure. And conative is action, doing, meditation, going to the gym, doing yoga, or something like that. And that is how psychological perspective says that all the three elements, or the balance of all the three elements, is very important. Now, the balance of these three elements is very important, not only for youth, it's for human being. The only thing is, at the different stage in the life, the emphasis may vary. Like during youth, the focus goes more on cognitive and conative, but children are more emotional oriented. Elderly people are more emotional, women are more emotional, but somewhere the balance of the three is the crux of balanced life, right? And happy, peaceful, inner energy life. Now I'm coming to the Indian philosophy, and probably there's nothing new. I'm just putting as a context that in fact Indian philosophy, if you go in the history, is much older than origin of psychology or even psychology, which is very new, 1879. But if you go in the Vedic text of India, it's before Christ, and you can see the period. And the Indian philosophy, remember the topic: youth, inner strength, resilience, empowerment. Indian philosophy says way of life, and it provides emphasis on way of life, and the emphasis is on experiential quality. You experience yourself, and that is how inner strength gets connected, nurturing inner strength. It's essentially spiritual and focuses spirit or soul as a superior to body and matter. You can see the relationship between the psychology and Indian philosophy, and can see which is older and how they affected the thought processes. Except Charvaka system, all Indian philosophical system provide emphasis on spiritual value. And the three very important aspects of philosophical thought. First is self or soul, which we call Atman, right? And that's what is inner strength, self, work or karma. That's what is you do by, you get empowered by doing, and liberation, moksha, that is the ultimate aim. Now, moving further, I heard Dr. Tomar was talking about Aham Brahmasmi, or let there be peace, right? The same is part of these are the part of Indian values, Indian philosophical values. And I've already said that Indian philosophic system talks about experience and energy. These two E, experience and energy, are very, very important in Indian philosophical system. And then it says that these four philosophical values: mercy, compassion, support, empathy, forgiveness, solidarity, these needs to be practiced, experienced. And then that will result in Aham Brahmasmi, I'm Brahman. Consciousness is a Brahman. Individual self is reality. And then Aham Brahma, this individual self itself is a Brahma. And that much is focus is on self. And how to achieve that? intense meditation. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do it yourself. Experience yourself and get energy. There's no need to, because the people or the participants are so well informed and so expert. There's no need to define, but still I'll just use a one liner thing to emphasize that all over the globe, the number of people focusing on spirituality is increasing than religion. And the moment we talk about spirituality, we focus on goodness, on human nature. And whenever we talk about spirituality, it is related to individual practice. I've already said nobody else can practice for you. You have to do it, you have to experience, you get empowered, you get inner strength, you develop resilience. And that is how spirituality is the core and crux of this. Now, I think I've already said about spirituality, so I'll skip all these parts. The only thing is I'll focus on, because I'm keeping my eye on time. So the most important thing which I want to highlight is that spirituality is inner path, and there is a purpose to achieve those values, and spirituality is also a source of resilience. Resilience for dealing with the adversity. It's not limited to one kind of adversity, any kind of adversity, and resilience results in bouncing back. So, any kind of adversity, you are able to bounce back with your inner strength, with your experience, with learning by doing. And spirituality gets connected with meaning and purpose of life. I'd also heard Dr. Tomar talking about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And that philosophy is intrinsically connected with deeper spirituality. For us, the whole globe, the whole world is one family. The focus is on self-awareness, self-regulation, and self-cognition. And the cognition is coming from psychology again. So that all this results in empowerment. And you'll find empowerment is used widely. Even the politicians almost in all the countries use various mechanisms in their manifesto to empower various category of people or type of people. And the same way, the spiritual meaning of empowerment is different, and the spiritual of meaning of empowerment does not connect it with very specific area. Rather, it results in you acquire more self-control on all aspects of life. And the most important thing is you. Nobody empowers you. You empower yourself with self-experience, nurturing inner strength through meditation. You get empowered. Now I'm coming to the core, and Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Again, I know all of you must be familiar, but still I'll indulge in talking about this, because this one, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, we feel that it is the one which is so comprehensive. It combines all themes which are given to me to speak on. Again, Patanjali Yoga Sutra is much before came in the picture than the modern psychology. And people call it as a practicing manual. It's not philosophy. It gives you practical manual. There might be several streams of yoga philosophy, but you'll find that the mother philosophy of yoga comes from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And that is why rather all psychologists believe that Indian approach to psychology also comes from Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The important thing is to notice that 8 limbs, they are not separate part, but they are interconnected. It's not that one appear after and then the first one goes, rather they are interconnected to result in meaningful and purposeful life. And the 8 limbs, I'll be very quick and I will be within time limit. Yama, and Yama talks about restraint, moral discipline, and moral woes through non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, right use of energy, and non-greediness. I'm deliberately reading the English meaning of those rather than the Sanskrit words so that I save the time. And you can see that each one of them is directly connected with global peace. Each one of them. Now I come to the next limb, niyama, positive duties or observance. And the important thing is niyama, positive duties are internal duties. It's not for others. You have to practice, you have to do it and within. And again, there are 5 niyamas. Niyamas means rule, cleanliness, contentment, discipline of burning desire, self-study, self-reflection, study of spiritual text, and that is what we call is swa-adhyay, and surrender to higher power. Just see how old and how topical Patanjali was or is. Asanas, now here connects the yogas. And asanas, I'm not going in detail, it's a physical aspect. And in the physical aspect of yoga, it says that you should be comfortable and steady. So all poses of asanas should result in you are comfortable and studies. The 4th limb of Patanjali Yoga Sutra is pranayama, breathing technique. Pran means life source. It's energy for universe. It's breath. The human life begins with breath and ends with breath. And it affects the mind. And that is what pranayama says, that we should get freedom from breath, breath expansion, breath liberation. You talk any form of meditation, any school of yoga, one common factor will be breath regulation, breath expansion. And that is what the pranayama. And then comes the pratyahara, sense of withdrawal. I'll again not read the whole thing. It says that withdraw from consciously, like sound, smell, which we continuously get through our senses to have higher form of meditative practice. Meditative practice does not mean that sitting in the lotus shape. It requires withdrawal of the sense organs, and then really you go in the various stages of meditative practices. And dharana is focused concentration, and then you will have point. When you withdraw senses, there will be a point of concentration. You will find different schools of meditation will focus on forehead, focus on navel part, or focus on here. But all forms of yoga and meditation, they talk about focused concentration. Dhyana, meditative absorption, and samadhi is the bliss and entitlement which goes to the moksha, with 3 principles of Indian philosophy. I talked about it. So you'll find that the topic on which I'm supposed to speak, youth empowerment through 7 limbs of, it's not youth, it's a human being empowerment through 7 limbs of Yoga Sutra, spiritual growth through 7 limbs of Yoga Sutra, nurturing inner strength and resilience through 7 limbs of Yoga Sutra. And nobody else, you yourself do it, and it goes there. And now I'm coming to the most vibrant part, and probably look for guidance and support from you. Since I've joined this university almost 3+ years before with the background of psychology, but I had always been working on Indian psychology. So And I've already said that we have a students around 4,000 plus in the university. We have a kindergarten school in the campus, as well as Gurukul system, the traditional study system of Vedas, where Vedas are taught and they degree, and they have their own dressing and food and every lifestyle. So we got all kind of participants for the study within the campus, because that is the real challenge in most of the longitudinal study, because you cannot get the same person after 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. And among the students, we have regular gym practitioner students, because gym and gym studios are very popular in global. And then from the outer appearance, we say, yes, you are going gym, your body tells. We also have regular yoga practitioners, because we have BSc and MSc in yoga, not yoga, psychology, yoga. We also have regular meditator because of art of living people. There are students who regularly meditate. Even students of BSc and MSc psychology and contemplative studies, we begin our studies with half an hour meditation, and then only other classes start. We have regular yoga and meditation, and we have regular yoga, meditation, and chanting. And here you'll find mostly Gurukul students. And that is how we could get 5 categories of participants in our study. We started almost 1.5 months before, and we plan to go at least for 3 years in this study, because these participants will be in the campus. So it's very easy to get these 3 groups. And the age group is 14 to 23, the youth. We have mix of both boys and girls. We are collecting data 4 times a year, both physiological and psychological dimension. Physiological is mostly quantitative, blood sample, blood pressure, heart rate, all those things, and psychometric test and other kind of things, stress, anxiety, quality of sleep, all those kind of things. And
Ma'am,
we
I'm
have
extremely sorry. Actually,
just
the
last, I'll take 30 seconds.
okay,
And
we are
the
14 minutes up than the time. Okay,
Yeah,
it's okay.
okay. So the results are revealing, and we hope this will give a lot of evidence-based data of nurturing strength and empowerment, the role of meditation and all that. So thank you so much for giving me opportunity, and I look for your inputs, comments, suggestions for overall presentation, as well as how can we improve our study, so that we can share it with the globe and getting longitudinal study.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much,
so much.
madam, for giving emphasis of how 8 limbs of yoga can contribute in youth empowerment. You also connected it with psychology and deep Indian philosophy. Our good wishes for the university and the students. Thank you very much, ma'am, for today's presence. Thank you.
Thank you so
On
much.
behalf of
Thank you so
United
much. I'm great.
Consciousness, I thank Dr. Rekha Singhal for coming onto the platform of United Consciousness. Thank you so much.